Oh, something different.
Tana?
Oh boy.
Someone's giggling. Oh,
I know you're back
oh,
there.
no.
Don't make me come after you.
Is he on a shore leave?
Dating the redheads after the host took over his body? Whoa!
Yes, I do.
Of course, Riker would just be some alien species he probably found on some random planet. Interesting direction already.
Commander Riker to Enterprise. I have a terrible problem down here on Risa.
Right back.
Of course. No. Of course he's having fun down on Risa. She really threw it out the window.
What am I seeing?
The playing field. Concentrate. Make the disc go into the curve.
I don't like this already, just her tone of voice.
What was that?
Your reward for clearing the first level.
I'm guessing she couldn't see it, though.
Would you like to go for level 2?
Okay.
What the hell kind of hook is that?
Oh, does that make you excited to continue?
It's like, there's going to be some reveal like, every disc was actually a galaxy you've been destroying, sucking into this
Wormhole.
Yeah, it's like, okay, why'd you need me? You could have put this thing on.
Captain's log, stardate 45208.
With Michael Douglas?
Commander Riker has rejoined the Enterprise from Risa.
Oh, I thought she died. I guess that wasn't Ashley Judd in the last episode.
Still don't know who that is.
2 weeks to complete the exploration.
2 weeks? That's not enough time to explore a region that size. I thought we had 5 weeks.
Commander.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and one piece of good news. We're to rendezvous with a shuttle carrying Wesley Crusher.
Hope he's got a beard.
He just looks like 30. Wesley, it hasn't even been a full season.
One long-range array doesn't make for a great combination.
What about the lateral sensors?
They're booked solid for planetary observation.
Oh no.
You know Robin Leffler?
Of course.
When the work around here has been so sensational, I've decided to make her a mission specialist.
Joey, I brought something back from Risa that you have got to try.
It's this alien.
You stole it from her?
Can I wait?
Of course. I'll catch up with you later.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like the equivalent of having like a new, really addicting game on your phone? Like, you gotta try this, dude.
Yeah, it's just a VR headset.
Chocolate ice cream must be Troy.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Yeah, it said it was Corey Allen. He's done it once in the past.
God, he's like a predator. You know, just stalking his prey.
I knew what you meant, but it's just
Not that kind of predator.
The way you said it.
Chocolate ice cream, chocolate fudge, and chocolate chips. You're not depressed, are you?
I heard about your hookup.
Would you like me to leave you two alone?
No, thanks. I don't like fudge.
Really? I never met a chocolate I didn't like.
I'm with you there.
Then you gently spoon the ice cream around the sides, like you're sculpting it.
Oh, that looks so good. Got chocolate chips in there.
With the last spoonful, close your eyes.
Some Troy ASMR.
I had no idea it was such a ritual.
Chocolate is a serious thing.
I brought something back from Risa. Better than chocolate.
Oh? What is it?
Just a game.
I can definitely see Troy as like a ASMR influencer. I got this new chocolate bar.
Yeah, oh yeah, the big microphone.
Yeah.
Let's
open it up.
Oh, look at that. There he is.
Wow.
Chief O'Brien.
All right, he grew a little bit.
Congratulations on little Molly.
Molly.
Thank you. Wait till you see her. She's the spitting image of her dad.
Is my mom around?
The senior staff is in a meeting. You're supposed to go to your mother's quarters.
Oh.
Look at that uniform.
Yeah, nice uniform. By senior staff, I'm guessing he just means bridge crew.
Yeah.
Wesley Crusher has arrived and wants to know if he can stop by the observation lounge to say hi.
I suppose that is acceptable.
All right, Worf, don't ruin the surprise for everyone, though. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, it's going to be a surprise party.
Flipping it around on him.
Surprise!
Oh, welcome home.
Hi,
Even Picard's there. Wow.
I bet you're driving all the girls wild, huh?
Wesley. Tarbokian pound cake.
Thanks, Worf.
Wesley, was our attempt to make you uncomfortable effective?
For a second there, I thought I was on the wrong ship.
Dude, he hasn't fake laughed in a while.
So what kind of game is this?
Come by my quarters and I'll show it to you.
Is it supposed to be like they're getting addicted to it, or like because I mean they seem fine otherwise.
Yeah.
The first week that I was there, this guy named Adam Martoni reprogrammed the sonic shower to cover me with mud.
I really love that uniform.
Oh, me too.
Let's get everybody else in that.
I also found social gatherings difficult. There was one event, an Academy tradition, the Sadie Hawkins dance.
They still hold it.
That's where the girls ask the guys. Imagine a girl asking Data.
No, man.
I would be happy to teach you dancing. I have programmed a comprehensive 17-part course with some interesting holographic partners.
Wow.
Referencing the Beverly teaching Data how to dance.
Yeah.
Nice.
Your neutrinos are drifting.
For what?
Destroys the ship.
Gotta look back. Damn.
He is on vacation.
Data here.
Do you have a minute to join me in sickbay? I need your help with something.
Yes, Doctor. On my
Oh,
way.
is she gonna show him the game?
It does not bother me, Doctor. In fact, I am happy.
What did this game do to him? Up. Yep.
Nice continuity with his switch.
Computer, secure sickbay.
All entries to sickbay are secured.
Look at that shot. Nice. Whoa.
And I wonder, is this like they're fully taken over, or do they go into a mode like how Geordi did in The Mind's Eye?
Yeah.
Because like Troy seemed fine,
I took your advice. The first week that I was there, I went and met Boothby.
Oh,
Remember that?
how is old Boothby?
In the cave. You told him about him.
Yeah.
I hope he didn't tell you a lot of stories about me.
He's dead.
He didn't remember you, sir.
Oh.
At first. I found an old yearbook photo of you and he remembered you right away. He said he's very proud of you that you're captain of the Enterprise. He showed me every single blade of grass practically. What do the initials AF stand for?
AF?
As fuck.
Albert Fish, the serial killer?
I failed organic chemistry because of AF.
Crusher to Captain Picard.
Go ahead, Doctor.
I mentioned Picard failing a class. I can't. I can see maybe struggling and getting by with a B.
Data performs self-diagnostic routines on a regular basis. We should take a look at his logs.
I recommend going through his quarters as well. Never know what we might find.
Brother acting very in character.
That's what's so weird about it. Is like, it's just odd.
Can they? I don't think they can make Geordi play this, can they?
I've got just the thing. Why don't you join me in 10 Forward? Something I'd like you to try.
Almost uncomfortable.
This isn't fair. I hardly know anything about you.
Hey, that's Law 46.
Ooh, this shot.
Wesley's gonna save the day here?
That'd be nice.
He saved the day naked now, didn't he?
Yep. Number of times.
I still have to work on the sensor relays. But I'd like a chance to even the score. Will you join me for coffee?
No. But I'll meet you for dinner.
Bro is upped his Riz game.
So what happens when you go to college, I guess.
Yeah. Oh no.
Want to try?
Maybe later. How's Data?
Geordi is still working on him. He's going to be fine.
You think that redheaded lady is the mastermind behind all this, or do you think she's like a victim of a long chain of this game?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Are you in a hurry?
Yeah, I'm late for a dinner date.
Really? With who?
Ashley Judd.
Why don't you invite her here? We can all play the game together.
Oh my god.
I can replicate a couple more.
Okay, so they can just replicate the game? All right.
Just one game. Come on, try it on.
Mom, I really need to get ready.
This is the plot of the thing. This is the game.
Have you played it?
Not yet.
My mom has one. She keeps trying to get me to play it.
It's everywhere.
Dude, do you think it's a metaphor for vaping?
I noticed it uses a visual interface. We could connect it through an optical sensor.
Who's that?
Richard Nixon. Oh god, it's anything that's zapping my. Ugh.
Whatever this thing does, it must feel pretty good.
No wonder it's so popular.
Look at this. Serotonin levels are way off.
So it's basically scrolling TikTok.
They warned us back in '91.
I'm seeing widespread bonding to neuroreceptors.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this looks like a psychotropic reaction.
So they took out Data because he wouldn't be affected by this, you know.
Yeah, think it'd affect Worf?
Yeah.
I don't play games.
Yeah, unless he's a completely different brain.
Come.
Man, this director loves those out-of-focus shots.
I did some preliminary tests on the game, and what I found leads me to believe that it may have some harmful side effects.
I'll start an investigation immediately.
Think they got him?
Yeah. I'm waiting for, like, the camera pan.
Yeah.
Or, like, the reveal.
Or he's gonna, under his desk, pull it out.
It's good to have you back again.
Here we go. What is it? Yep.
Yeah, so it's Wesley Saves the Day again. That's fine. I mean, he's back for an episode, why not?
Have you tried this?
I've tried it.
There's a POV of
Thanks,
O'Brien
it's
the whole
great.
time. There you go. She's tried it. Or she's lying.
If this game is so addictive, there's only one person on board we can be sure wouldn't be affected by it.
Data.
What if she said Worf?
There's brain activity, all the systems seem to be working.
How can that be? He's unconscious. The cuts are precise. Look at how clean the edges are. Computer increased magnification factor 4.
You really need to magnify that?
What if someone's trying to use the game for some purpose other than pleasure?
Then Data would be a threat to that plan. And only with Data out of the way would everyone become addicted.
Oh my god.
Everyone has.
What?
Except us.
Wait.
This is everything that has happened so far in this episode. They're pretending.
Yeah, they're pretending, yeah.
Okay, when you get there, start accessing the codes to the security tracking system. There's something I want to try.
This is all ADR? What the fuck?
Don't forget Law 91. Always watch your back.
Shut up. This ain't Zombieland, bro.
How can this episode start so strong and just... What is that?
Also, if it was that addictive, how would any of them stop playing it ever? I feel like they'd all just be playing it at all times.
Vessel is approaching, Captain. Computer, all senior officers report to the bridge. On screen.
Oh, showcase you with the mastermind.
We await your further instructions.
Damn.
Like as if that was the end of the episode. Like, damn, got him. Oh well. And on to the next crew.
We also have an opportunity to introduce
I like
the
the
game
shot though.
to Starfleet Academy.
Corey, trying your best.
The Qatarians commend your efforts, Picard. Once the expansion is complete, you and your crew will be rewarded.
Tarians, huh? That's simple.
Wesley, at what level are you?
I'm only level 10.
I'm at level 47.
47.
Don't force it. If you just let the game happen, it almost plays itself.
Not very fun.
I think we're gonna be okay. I've just got one more thing to do. Help me compile the force field overrides.
You got her.
Were you able to access the security tracking codes?
It's your turn. Play the game, Wesley.
It's like, why couldn't they show it? Like, I appreciate the reveal, but it's like, what happened? This they got the classic Wesley ingenuity here.
Yeah, I guess.
An unidentified heat source. Deck 7, Section 23 there.
Just so many creative shots in this episode. Oh, back in this thing.
Okay, so they're mind controlled by these species, but I don't think it makes them any dumber. So the fact that Wesley's able to outsmart the entire ship is a little bit.
Worf jump scare.
Let go of me!
Okay, they got him. All right.
Unless Robin was lying and they didn't get her.
Or this is all a prank.
Even in the scene when he wasn't on the bridge and pulling up the woman.
Even when Riker was down on Risa.
Just let yourself go. Relax.
Oh! Did I miss a scene where he woke him back up?
I guess.
Mr. Worf, you will find a small alien ship off the starboard bow. Please secure it with a tractor beam and raise our shields.
Wow, Wesley couldn't even get that episode. Data saves the day.
They are not a threat.
Get her off the screen.
Can't believe what we were about to do.
So they remember everything.
The optical burst patterns we programmed were successful in counteracting the addictive effects of the game.
And the rest of the crew.
We programmed the main computer to transmit the same optical burst to all display screens, stations, and terminals throughout the ship.
No, you didn't. What about the rest of the ship? Don't worry about it. Basically was the answer.
Very TOS ending last 5 minutes. Oh, we fixed it.
Mr. Crusher, we've rendezvoused with the Merrimack. Please report to Transporter Room 2.
You know, one time I fell in love with a girl, but then she was a monster. Shape-shifting monster.
Robin's laws, all 102 of them.
Thank you, Wesley. Thank you.
Thanks for coming back. Oh my god.
Wait. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. I just had something I needed to tell you guys before you go. I know you weren't gonna leave. I mean, it's all these people, but not you, right? Thanks to everyone that's over on Patreon supporting us. And we're getting closer and closer to hitting our membership goal over there. And once we do, we'll be moving up our Star Trek journey to 3 episodes per week, both over on Patreon and here on YouTube.
For me, it's a D. But I saw yours and...
There's some stuff in this episode that's absolutely hilarious. I will talk about it in the discussion, but I basically feel like this is like Star Trek does a so bad it's good horror movie. With that being said, though, I think it'd be better for everybody if it was erased from canon. Let's start with what we liked.
Really quick, we got some new lights. We put out some new lights back there to illuminate the set a little more, but I think they're out of battery, and I don't even think they deserve those lights being on for this episode. We talked about episodes being like so bad they're good. We want like a completely wacky, amazing fail, and the fact that they brought back Wesley Crusher to do it is absolutely hilarious. This falls under the trope of 4 or 5 different names under the writing credits. I'm like, oh boy, bad sign, but they proved me wrong before, and it felt like we were transported back to season 1. This was a spectacular fail, but you wanted to talk about what we liked first. So, but do you want to do like a general overview before we talk about what we liked?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. I think it definitely had the so bad it's good because I had so much fun with it.
Yeah.
But the difference between this and something like The Host is that, like, for me, The Host was a guilty pleasure. I gave an S, and like, that's still, regardless of what you think about the plot or anything, like, it's competently made. Like, it's still an episode of Star Trek, regardless of what you think about the story and how it plays out. This, you said, takes us back to season 1. I kind of get that vibe, but outside of Corey Allen's direction, this isn't even like a competent episode of TV. I mean, the writing is so bad. And like bad in the ways we usually complain about, yes, with like the on-the-nose dialogue that made us both bust out laughing. I mean, it was the worst example. But not just that. The way the story plays out, how the characters act, like everything about it was just like, almost like it was a troll. Like they were doing it on purpose to where, had it been a prank or a dream or something at the end, like you said, that would have been even a little bit more of a understandable reason for why it was so bad. Like, oh, it was just a dream or it's just a prank. But like, no, it was shoot what was happening. So unbelievable.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, and it started off so strong with a pretty good direction from Corey Allen, some great cinematography, good moments with Wesley coming back on the ship. Everything felt believable. His relationship with Ashley Judd in the beginning felt amazing. And then as soon as this game started happening, there was just this like I wish I could pinpoint the exact second where like their chemistry was gone, on the nose dialogue. It seems that everyone on the ship is affected, except us.
Yeah.
And like predictable everything to where we were calling it right as it showed on the screen, where they walk into the quarters with Wesley and Ashley, with the headsets on. Like, I mean, they're faking it. Or when Wesley goes into that one room in engineering and Ashley's sitting at the desk, like, oh, she's affected, and it's like I hate being able to do that.
It felt almost like a TV show, like an episode of like a Nickelodeon TV show that I would have seen as a kid, and even as a kid, been like, oh, this is kind of corny. Like that's how it felt. And how ironic that it is, the episode where they bring back Wesley.
It's like, what are the odds?
And that's part of the reason I gave it to E, because like, E, meaning erased from canon, if you're going to bring back Wesley, like you give him something, and like I did like the relationship angle. And like you said, the first act of the episode was good with him catching up with everybody. I think the turning point was after they turn off Data and it's kind of revealed of the like malevolent thing going on, because before that it was just, oh, what's that game about? I'll show you. Oh, look at this. We didn't know exactly. Once she turns them off and they're all like scheming on him, then oh, something's happening. They're possessed, mind controlled, psycho, what do they call it? Hypnosis, something like that. But even that, it didn't really work for me, because even after these characters play the game, they all act normal as themselves in plenty of scenes, which makes me think, okay, so then this thing is so sophisticated that it can hypnotize them, but then still make them act just like themselves whenever they want. And it's just like, it was too much to buy. Like, the suspension of disbelief, I would have respected if they went with the angle of, instead of being hypnotized, the game is just truly that addicting. Like, think about, I don't want to get it to get, too dark, but think about like drug addicts, right? Or like, it's like they'll do, what's the word? Unforgivable things, right? Like if you're addicted to drugs, you'll sell out your loved ones. Think about like Haunting of Hill House, Luke making Nellie go buy the drugs for him, right? Like you'll do things shitty and look back on it and be like, I can't believe I did that, but it's because you're addicted. But they even took that agency away from them and made it more this over-the-top hypnosis thing, that at least if they had gone the addictive route, it would have been darker. It would have had to have more serious tone, but I would have respected it as like an allegory for drugs. But it comes off as just silly because they make it silly.
Yeah, I want to take over the entire world. It felt like a Power Rangers villain, But
which I don't have a problem with in principle, but not done like this.
It would have been so much better if they treated it like a drug, like this conniving species, Catharians or whatever, plant like this game drug in order to take down Starfleet, where they're not able to do any of their regular duties, where they become so addicted to this thing, where the whole thing crumbles from the inside because of the game. Not because like, now we will do what you want.
Yeah, or even take them out of it. They aren't this thing. It's what you said, where she was just addicted to it.
Yeah, just this long chain. Yeah, who started it? Who knows?
Just like drugs, right? Because it's like, you don't just happen upon drugs and become addicted. Like, you get it from somebody, right? And it's like, it just becomes a chain. There's no nefarious reason of the Enterprise being taken down. It's just everyone on the Enterprise gets addicted.
Yeah.
They would die if they were all helplessly addicted to this game.
Yeah.
So the episode is right there. And I don't know if they were going for a metaphor on drugs, but if they were, it's right there for you. And they messed it up, in my opinion.
This was a layup. This could have been a great episode. It was right there. And I don't know what happened, but one or two or three of the 8 writers just completely fumbled the ball on it. It could have been a great drug allegory. It's just like, what's a great enemy? Just a drug. That's it. It doesn't need to be, we are the Cathar. It's like, no, this could have been a simple, amazing story. But no,
amazing. I don't know. It could have been fine,
with some tweaks. No, I'm saying like it could have been.
The whole scene when they like take out Data and everything, and they start to. I was more so thinking like, okay, this could be like a fun, this whole thing with the game. Like that's the thing. I like the premise. I like the idea. I'm like, this could be like a fun kind of host type episode. But then they just made it so dull and boring, and like that scene of Wesley and Ashley Judd talking and the dialogue exposition is over the top.
The worst.
And it was almost like it was a joke. And, I feel bad for Will Wheaton because, like, he comes back. I don't know the circumstances of him coming back for this. Obviously a one-off. He comes back, and the first few scenes are good. I'm like, oh, Will Wheaton, he's acting with everybody. They're probably happy to have him back on set, I assume. And
Great uniform. As soon as he put on the sweater.
It reverted back.
Yeah, the season 1. As soon as he got out of that uniform.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
go on.
I would say that just as a quality of an episode overall, this is better than the Wesley Falls in Love with the Monster episode, just because this does have the so bad it's good quality to it more so than that. Like, we did have the reaction to that one of them turning into the monster and being like, what the hell? But besides that, I'm never going to go back and watch that. I would rewatch this again for pure make fun of it, rip on it, Mystery Science Theater, enjoyment level.
Yeah.
But it should be erased from canon.
Yeah.
There's nothing redeemable about it, besides the direction.
Yeah, but back to the whole drug thing. Wouldn't it be so hilarious and fitting that the one person who doesn't get affected by it is Goody Two-Shoes, doesn't take drugs, Wesley Crusher?
Oh, yeah, they couldn't even give him that.
Yeah, it's like, that's what a great story for Wesley, because he's such a Goody Two-Shoes nerd that he wouldn't take the drug.
Just think about so many people who unwittingly, fall into drug addiction because they're just like, someone's like, hey, try this drug, and they're like, oh, I'll have a good time. Boom, they're addicted to drugs. Wesley, that's how everyone on the ship kind of fell into it. But then Wesley overcomes that, and he won't even fall into it. But no, literally just gets forced. Like, when's the last time someone offered you a drug and you said no, and they all hold you down?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sure that maybe that does happen once in a while.
Yeah. The only redeeming qualities I'd say is one, Wesley didn't outsmart the entire, because I thought that's where they were going for, because they're controlled by this thing, but they're still completely competent in their regular brain. They're just they just serve this thing, and the fact that is Wesley really going to outsmart the entire ship? I was about to be like, okay, and to the point where I'm watching when they're holding him down, when they finally get him and they're zapping his eyes, I'm like, all right, is he wearing contacts?
You still didn't buy it.
I still didn't buy it. I'm like, he's going to go like, gotcha. But the one part I did like, although it was a bit ridiculous in the classic bad TOS-esque, explain it away in the last few minutes, is Data shows up like the badass he is and just shuts it down.
Yeah.
That was the only redeeming part.
And the fact that they knew he was the threat and tried to take him out, but he still comes back, yeah.
The Data saves the day in Wesley's episode is hilarious. It's like, nope, I saved the day. That's the only redeeming.
But it's just so sad that even in his own episode coming back, they couldn't even give him that. It's like, they couldn't even give him saving the day. And the good direction, which I think is the only redeemable part here, it just it just adds to the weird aura of this episode of course it has just oddly good direction. You know what I mean? Because it's just such a weird episode. This isn't one I'm gonna forget. It's not one that I'm like, oh, it was so dull or whatever. It was dull, but do you get what I'm saying? It has that weird, unique quality of how did this get made in the way it did? Why is Wesley here? Why is the direction so good? Why is the story and script terrible? So much about it. Even a lot of the characters, the actors, people who we think are usually great, Gates McFadden, I would even put, Riker in there. They weren't that great in this, hypnosis. Once they become the full hypnosis, they just kind of turn wooden. When it's the whole point was that you were still yourself, but I guess to get the point across and to hammer it home, they could no longer act like themselves. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just a fail. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how you go from Redemption 2 all the way down to this. And it's got to be just one person's idea who had some pull. It's we got to do this episode. This isn't a contract filler. This isn't, let's do this. This is a spectacular fail of someone's idea that wanted to make it made so bad. And maybe a few people agreed, but I want to say that most of them were I have to do this. This is my job. But it's why are we going with this episode? So someone had to look at this and go, this is bad.
Yeah, but it's funny to me because, you didn't give it an E, but for me, I did. And there are very few E's thus far in the series. But even the ones that, I have given an E, I feel there's differences among them. And I feel this one is different in the sense that it's going to have this weird legendary aura where I could see myself years from now still revisiting I want to watch this episode, drinking or whatever, and have a good time with this one. Remember that weird ass episode where Wesley came back and it was the weirdest episode ever with good direction, and I'll go back and watch it. Other ones that I haven't enjoyed, Captain's Holiday, Up the Long Ladder. Up the Long Ladder had a little bit of a weird aura to it, but they just aren't good at all, and not episodes I enjoy for various reasons. This one, I dare to say I did enjoy, but just in a pure satirical aspect. So
Yeah.
I gotta at least that's fair, but I can't. That's not gonna bump it up to a D for me. That's not what you want.
Yeah.
That's a last resort.
Yeah, this is so close to. We talk about these episodes where it's E for fantastic fail, or a level of E where it's I'd rather see the most spectacular fail ever. and this watch it just crumble and burn. Just watch the car crash. Like, oh, this is fantastic, but it wasn't there. It didn't reach that point. It came close. We broke down laughing quite a few times. It was fun, but all the other stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I'm fascinated it didn't reach that point for you because it definitely did for me, and I just like, what was it I was gonna say? On that point,
there was just a few nice moments that brought it up to the D, just a low D. Like at first I was like D plus. I'm like, no, it doesn't deserve the plus. Just D.
Yeah, that's totally fair. It did hit that for me, but here's the thing. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'll say it 1,000 times, and I know not everyone agrees, and not everyone watches media or watches Star Trek in this way, but this is how I watch stuff. I would rather have this than this be a boring, dull, mid-C episode or high-D episode. Like, I would rather it be ridiculous and go out and be a huge fail at trying to do something. Bring Wesley back for this crazy scenario, then Wesley come back and it's just like boring as hell and I have no interest. Wesley come back and it's another final mission. Like I'll watch this over Final Mission 10 times out of 10. That doesn't mean I liked it. It just means like I'd rather see these. So like we didn't have an E at all last season, and there being this season, it kind of almost is like a relief of like, oh okay, if maybe not every episode's an S, but it's like at least we're not getting to the point of the show just being boring. Like I still just got to be on my toes. Not that I felt like differently before. I didn't think the show was getting boring at all, but it's just a nice refresher of like, okay, we're far from the show getting boring and stale. There's still ways that can make me be like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And back to the season one thing, the whole it felt so familiar, like being ahead of the characters when Wesley and Ashley Judd are like figuring out what's happening. Oh, it's a target is part of the brain, and it's like a drug. It's like a disease, and it's like, yeah, we know all this. And at the point where we broke, where it's like, and everyone's affected, except us. It's like, yeah, we know. Like,
and I just love. It's been so long since we had a good what, like a good mocking moment of what. Just so great. And I said off camera, I think after the reaction, but I can't wait to watch it back because that was one of my favorite moments of the fade out when like the alien it's a reveal like the alien's looking at the bridge crew, and then it fades out like, and you're just like, damn, like just our lack of interest. Oh, it was so good.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's see what the patrons have to say.
I'm almost excited.
I actually have a small inkling that maybe they'll think it's mid, but they think we're gonna love it. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, they gave it a B, 36%, 26% A, with 5% S, and then 28% C.
Well, we're in the 1 and 5%.
It's just in the vein of how ridiculous this episode was. I gotta read this hilarious exchange with the patrons. First, Cat with Attitude says, Wesley's back and Ashley Judge got him. Another kind of a silly one with Wesley once again saving the day, or at least buying enough time for Data to save the day. But I enjoy this one a lot. I have this one ranked as excellent. I obviously don't agree. I'm glad you liked it. But then, then Jovette said, shame he didn't have time to stop and pork her. And then Greg replied, Jesus, dude. And Narnman said, that ranking guy might give them a porking score for it, talking about Prof Moff's sex scoreboard, which is a awesome thing over on the Patreon.
Porking guy. Speaking of sex scoreboard, Prof Moff, D as in dumb F episode. I do not buy any of this at all. I thought we left this Weasley is Superboy saves all, knows all, can do all days in season 1 or 2. God, I hate this episode. Ashley Judd is hot though, so no E. Because she's hot. No E.
Oh my God.
I mean, we have to be fair and read takes that like this episode, right? I just don't get it.
There have been a number of people that have pointed out about the parallels like we joked about with like TikTok cell phones, whatnot. David Wayne Fox at TNG turns into a 2024 fable about smartphones. That's basically, obviously not what they were going for at that time, but it's very resonant today for sure.
How about Troy with that chocolate, huh? What was up with that?
Oh, the ASMR scene? I see. There's so much weird shit in this episode. I forgot about that, and that's when a scene I actually like genuinely enjoyed. But again, just adds to the weird aura of this episode because it just has a Troy ASMR scene of eating chocolate.
Yeah, to the point where it's like,
oh, you were getting. Oh, Joe Concepts. Come on, let's skip this one.
Great take, thank you. Oh, God.
I just gotta love, guys, I know sometimes, like, so there's a joke over on Patreon, for those that aren't over there, that, like, we joke about how people keep writing, like, really long takes, and we keep saying, like, oh, just write a short take, you know, you'll be more likely to be read if it's a short take, but sometimes I feel like that leads to people throwing out grades, and, like, they're not, like, fully, like, explaining them, and I know it's not, like, the full reason for the grade, but just, like, this take from the Traveler's Travels, she's so cute, eh? Like, wow.
You can add a couple more lines if you want.
Like, that's the reason. Oh, like, here's another one that's a little bit longer, but I feel like this is the same thing. This is from Gruz, good name. I almost give this an E, because we have to see everyone pulling a creepy face, but I do actually enjoy it. Bit of a daft premise, but it's a neat idea, fun watch overall. So it could have an A. Just like, I guess that's an A. Yeah, it's a neat episode, A. That's the bar. That's the bar. It's a neat episode, A. Oh my god.
Oh my god. This one's from Allie Roth. It's Orgasm game, and everyone wants Wesley to play. This stretching credibility for everyone else. That's a good point. It did seem very orgasmic. Wesley, you gotta play this game. You gotta have an orgasm. Holy shit. I gotta read this one. It's got 14 likes from the Lord. Man, Riker's reputation for being space horny must be interstellar at this point. An alien race stakes the rollout of their entire plan based on the fact that Riker will paint anything that moves, including a woman with a butt for a forehead. That's a good point. Yeah, scoping out Riker and Risa, it's like, hey, we can end the entire world because this guy will bang anything.
Season 5 we persevere. Josh and Alex chart the skies, warping forward as chaos flies. Riker's grin, a battle cry. Crusher's brilliance lights the sky. Data's mind a beacon bright. TNG was a metal spike. Shields up high, we're breaking through. Phasers toss, our aim is true. Moonlight twists, the fire ignites. Boldly onward into the night. Warp factor, chaos engine scream. A voyage built on starlit dreams. The fire and flame, the cosmos bends. The Enterprise flies, the journey ascends. Warp factor, chaos hearts collide. With every love, the stars align. Boldly they go, no end in sight. Season 5 takes flight. Anthe's fall to scorching critique. Virtue speeches reach their peak. Holodeck worlds in turmoil turn. Lessons taught and bridges burned. Finers gift a master's hand. Picard's command, the voice that stands. Through the madness what truth remains. TNG courses through our veins. Warping fast, the time is near. Stories clash as chaos spheres. Engines roar, the stars ignite. Boundless journeys, endless fight. Warp factor, chaos engine scream. A voyage built on starlit dreams. The fire and flame, the cosmos bends. The Enterprise flies, the journey ascends. Warp factor, chaos hearts collide. With every love, A voyage built on starlit dreams.